If you're listening to this episode, I bet you're wondering what behaviors you're doing that keep you from getting your needs met and ending up in situationship after situationship. I got you. I've created a situationship quiz and I'm so excited about it. Take the quiz to discover more behaviors and more tips for navigating situationships, because I know you're in more than one right now. No judgment, boo-boo. I used to have 5 situationships at a time. Yes. So you're not alone. You can find the quiz at www.dontea.co/quiz. That's DONTEA.co/quiz. I'll drop it in the show notes as well. Okay, back to the episode. Own how one-sided this is. Own that it's been unfair, that you give so much and you haven't been praised back in the way you need. Hey loves! My name is Dontea and I'm your fave self-worth therapist and coach. And this is my show, Situationship. This show is about getting out of toxic situationships that go beyond partners to family and friends and everything in between, to living a life of joy and self-worth. Okay, let's get into it. Let's mix my coffee up because you know your girl is thirsty for coffee. Okay. Let everybody know right now, your girl's in a singing mood. I'm in a singing mood. So, I will be singing today. Okay, today, as you can tell from the title, we are going to be talking about why am I not getting my needs met? Time and time again. Time after time, the second hand unwinds. Okay, so here's the thing. We talk about, when I say we, I mean my clients, I mean my friends, I mean myself sometimes, especially in the past. I mean family, I mean us, right? When I say we, I'm talking about all of it. And time again, I wonder if you can hear that airplane. Time and time again, I'm constantly in conversations about I'm so tired of not being able to get my needs met. Why can't I get my needs met? How can I get my needs met? Blah, 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 right? And of course, my short answer to that is you got to say what your needs are, right? I get it though. It would be so nice if people were mind readers. I would love it since I'm a therapist, right? And I'm also a coach. I know people believe that I'm a mind reader, and trust me, boo-boos, I wish I was a mind reader. I think problems will be solved. No worries. I got you because I can read your mind. You don't ever have to speak. So is that what we want? Do we want to not be able to speak? Do we want to be silent? Do we want to be silenced? Do we want to basically just walk around with tape over our mouth where we don't have to speak because someone's speaking for us? Is that what we want? I don't think that's what you want. I think, if you're anything like myself, anything like people I've worked with, I think that sometimes it's just so fucking painful to really get up in there, up in your soul, up in your scary places, your shadow places, right? The shameful places, and say what you need. I need you not to yell because it makes me feel unsafe, right? Versus someone is yelling at me because they're upset or whatever, and I'm letting it happen, yet I'm steaming and spewing inside, and I'm looking at them like, I just don't understand why they don't see that, them yelling at me is not what I want. It's not helpful, right? So we're just waiting for them to get the hint, and our hint is very aggressive. It's passive aggressive, right? People are going to keep doing what they do until we tell them what's not going to work. So let's keep talking about this. Some of my favorite topics, if you can't tell by now. Buckle in, buckle in, buckle, buckle, buckle in. Okay. So, does this sound like you? I give so much and then no one cares about what I need. They just expect me to keep showing up, right? So if this sounds like you, then I'll bet that you're also really good at figuring out and knowing exactly what people need. So back to the childhood example, right? And as you guys know, like everything goes back to childhood. I mean, like I wish it didn't. Okay, I'm not gonna say everything because that's a generalization. I'm gonna say a lot of things go back to childhood. So let's keep talking about childhood for just a moment. So you probably come from an environment where people didn't directly say what they needed, right? You just knew when you got it wrong. Maybe there was a lot of stress around always doing things for others, even when you don't want to, right? So example would be it's Sunday morning, right? And this means dinner at grandma's house. And you're really tired. You're really tired and you don't want to go. And someone guilt trips you that you have to go, right? That person could be your parents. That person could be your siblings. That person could be grandma. That person could be your cousin, right? Whatever. And this could take place when you're a child. It takes place when you're an adolescent. It could take place when you are like a young adult making decisions for the first time, like maybe live on your own, things like that. And it's still like, hey, Sunday, or don't stay out too late because you got to go to grandma's house, right? This is the thing we've been guilted into doing. So over time, this turns into a subconscious internal messaging that you must put others' needs above your own, right? So when I say subconscious internal messaging, I feel like those are big words. Let me break it down because I hate to sound like I'm a scientist or something. So subconscious is like the unknowing, I guess, what you're not aware of, the things that may be happening internally inside of you. You're just not aware. Right? So on the outside, what you're aware of is that Sunday means grandma's house, and Sunday means if I don't go to grandma's house, that so-and-so will be upset with me, right? And that message internally, subconsciously, that we're not able to name until this moment right here, that message is you must put others' needs above your own, right? So then over time, you find yourself no longer speaking up for your needs and only focus on being there for others because that's what's more important. That's what you learn, right? That's what you learn. If I say what I need, that person gets upset and it feels like, oh, that's right, I can't have my needs because your needs are more important. So I'll just sit here with mine and keep them tucked away in silence. That's what I'll do. And everybody be happy but me, but I don't need to be happy because why do I need to be happy? Like, what? I wasn't thought that, right? So the issue with this is no one knows what you need. Right? When we become an adult, and this happens in childhood too. I just want to talk about this in adulthood for a moment. So when we become adults, we've already learned to not speak our needs. We've already learned like that's not what people want. Like we've learned that. And so we take that on. Now we're in relationships, friendships, work, romantic relationships, and people, hopefully you're meeting people who care about your needs, who've done their own work, who've gone through their own healing, working on their own healing, and they want to really know what you need, what you like. And you don't say it. So then they have no idea. And because it's too hard to tell someone, hey, it was really messed up and you hurt my feelings when you didn't show up for my birthday party, right? I show up every year for yours and I spend like over $100 each outing, right? Or the situationship that you've been in off and on for the past few years, no shame, no judgment, has always known you'll be there. You've shown them that you'll always be there. You've gone over the moon for them, and you can barely get a Valentine's Day gift or a dinner for your birthday. And so you're spewing and you're not telling anybody what you need. So what happens? The resentment builds, the anger builds, the depression builds, the anxiety builds, the paranoia builds, right? So here's the thing. I know you want to be heard. I know you want to be seen. I know you want to be respected. And I know you want to be cared for. You deserve that. And I'm not gonna lie to you, vulnerability is tough shit. Like, I wish that vulnerability didn't feel so naked. Like, I literally feel like I'm exposed. And I literally feel like I'm giving everyone the right to judge me. And yeah, I mean, that could take place, right? Everybody judges whether you're vulnerable or not. Everybody judges. And it's still hard and it's needed. And we have to be vulnerable. I'm not even going to say, like, I want you to practice. I don't want you to think about, no. We got to be vulnerable. We just need to. And it's really for yourself, right? Because I want you to get your needs met. This is how, boo-boos. I'm not going to lie to you. 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 Okay. So here are my 3 tips to start the getting my needs met journey, right? I'm going to talk about what I've done myself and what I've helped my clients to do as well. If you're listening to this episode, I bet you're wondering what behaviors you're doing that keep you from getting your needs met and ending up in situationship after situationship. I got you. I've created a situationship quiz and I'm so excited about it. Take the quiz to discover more behaviors and more tips for navigating situationships, because I know you're in more than one right now. No judgment, boo-boo. I used to have 5 situationships at a time. Yes. So you're not alone. You can find the quiz at www.dontea.co/quiz. That's dontea.co/quiz. I'll drop it in the show notes as well. Okay, back to the episode. So, tip 1. I want you to identify your needs. You identify your needs. You're going to have to really understand what you need from others that makes you feel seen, heard, and respected. And don't be shy. I want you to say it all. Write it down. Whatever you have to do. Record yourself. Whatever you have to do, right? Tip 2. Own how one-sided this is. Own that it's been unfair, that you give so much and you haven't been praised back in the way you need, right? I put this tip in there because it serves a few purposes. 1, it helps us take accountability that we've helped to play a role in this dynamic, right? Going back to the friendship example, we want to be there for our friend. We know that it's really important for their birthday. So we do all this. It costs a lot of money. Okay, that means I'm not going to be able to do something else with that money because the birthday is going to be $200 and I could really use that $200 to do something else. I do it for my friend. And I don't say how, hey, it's actually really expensive. I really want to be there. I'm not going to be able to join this time. Is that okay? Or can we do something else? Can we just get coffee in the morning before you? We don't say that. And so it feels very unfair, right? And it's very unfair that we haven't stood up for ourselves. We haven't said anything. We let it happen, right? It feels unfair. So I want us to own that. That's a really important part of this process. Tip 3, apologize to yourself. Apologize to yourself for not standing up for yourself in the past and start a new journey of boldly letting people know what you need. Why? Because you deserve the same overflow of abundant love that you give to others. Bottom line is, people won't know your needs until you tell them, right? That's the bottom line. I believe in you. And I believe in you because if I was able to do it, you can do it too. So you got all that? I know you're going to do great. And I want to see you in the next episode. Thank you for listening to the show, loves. This show was produced by Mackenzie Mazel and me, Dontea. If you got a question you'd like me to answer, which I know you do, please send it to dontea@soireesintherapy.com. That's SOIREES for soirees. When you do that, the answer might just become an episode, and I would love to keep talking about your question. Want to work with me? The link is in the show notes. I'll see you there, and I'll see you in the next episode. Okay,